So I wanted to go on record because after Thursday's hearing, Really Cool News, RCN, uh, basically bashed this attorney, Mark Resnick. Um, he took on Lane Meyer's case because he was appointed by the judge after I believe Lane Myers requested him, and the judge had concerns. And that is the integrity of the court system that was uh, made available through the Sixth Amendment after the 14th Amendment was passed. And it brings fairness to the proceedings. To charge somebody who isn't able to navigate, or assumably a lot of people cannot navigate the um, complexities of the court system. And so that's why the Sixth Amendment was applied to state court and criminal court matters. And that's what's happened here. And I have spoken to Mr. Resnick in between the hearing and spoke to him quite at length, maybe 10 minutes or so before, after lunch, but before the hearing. And the doors were unlocked to the courtroom. And I gotta tell you, anybody would be lucky to have Mr. Resnick represent them in any matter that they have pending in Pima County or Tucson City, because I gotta say, this man is all there, on the ball. This case is complex. Lane Myers is a difficult client, and he takes all of that with a stride. Um, he has a very difficult case in front of him with mountains of compounding discovery and evidence almost on a daily basis. And he is doing all of this for whatever the court appointed fee is, which is probably a lot less than what he can get. And so I take great issue to Really Cool News bashing this man while he brings the best of our system together. And he's doing all that for uh, Lane Myers. And Really Cool News just doesn't have any respect for that. As Mark said in the second hearing on the violation of probation, there's a divisive element on YouTube. It's either you or them. It's like George Bush said, you're either with us or you're with the enemy. Well, that's what Really Cool News represents. This hateful rhetoric, champion people in jail. So, like, if Lane Myers does go to jail, I mean, it's going to cost $100,000 or more just to house him. Um, and then, Resnick brings up some good points in his argument. Like, if they thought anything Lane Myers was doing, they had authority control through the probation office. They could have called him up and ordered him to show up at any time, which is what they did when they arrested him. So why not, when his streaming becomes questionable, why not just call him in and say, you're starting to cross that line? Why go directly to a violation? And on the first day, the probation officer, as reporting as a witness, basically alluded to, it's their policy not to go right to violation, but they did in this matter. And so let's review some of this really, really cool news, man. It's tubular, dude.
Nick, if you're out there, you're a fucking moron. That's all I'm going to say about you. You're a fucking moron who doesn't do his research. I
Like
know
I said,
you are
man.
you are totally swamped. I get it. I get everybody's totally swamped. But for a basic fact to swing and fucking miss, dude. Moron. Sorry.
I am squirming right now going, that's not true, but that's not true. So I am getting a better understanding of why Mr. Myers squirms at times because not true, but I can't
So what they're talking about here is Mark Resnick misspoke during cross-examination, and he implied or stated that this woman here, Judy, you got this, or as I would say, Judy, you ain't got shit. Uh, you know, ran or controlled the really cool news site, and they even joke earlier about how their structure is so obfuscated it's hard to tell. But then the Commander Warrior puppy up here in the left hand corner, Mr. Jim, whatever his name is, he proclaims that it's his and he has responsibility. And here he is trashing Mr. Resnick for really no good reason. I mean, what a stupid, non-relevant fact what she does for the newspapers. And he was even mostly right, because here she is basically reporting what went on in the court, and she's the only one with first-hand information. So who is responsible for this broadcast? Well, she is. It's all about her. It even says post-hearing news with Judy. So whatever on that one.
Sorry.
I am squirming right now going, that's not true, but that's not true. So I am getting a better understanding of why Mr. Myers squirms at times because not true, but I can't hop up and say you're wrong. I can't do that. I have to, my face I'm sure is facing. I'm sure my face has subtitles at this point. But yeah, that just no. And I will give Mr. Resnick this caveat. He probably shouldn't be doing that kind of research because right now he can say on information and belief, and if he does the research, then he can't. So,
oh, that would be an ethics violation. And you can tell Judy is good on ethics because she's basically saying that the lawyer should willfully remain ignorant so that he can violate the rules regarding filings, which actually require that you do a reasonable investigation before you mount claims and make filings. So, gee, I definitely don't listen to Judy Ain't Got It anymore. This old bag.
Mark Resnick is just kind of sitting there listening. He, should be getting ready for the cross. He had a whole pages and pages of questions for Mr. Walker. So just going along with that. Bedtime stories with Lany Myers. Again, illuminate the dark. How is talking about the case bad? How is discussing a professional victim illegal? It's a statement of fact. I didn't tag her, so it's not anything wrong. Unless it's against your conditions of probation.
That's what they're talking about, the probation conditions. I mean, of course, Judy ain't got anything anymore because you lost it along the way. Would talk about something stupid like this. And just presuppose that because the state charged Lany Myers with a violation of probation that he clearly did. And I mean, I will say that Lany Myers is definitely stupid for pushing the envelope on this, but he's got one hell of a point. It says he can't name the victim, and an astronaut and some sort of athlete is not the victim. And they got Mr. Matt Walker on the stand saying how he thinks it doesn't matter. Like the word Shannon Walker is like somehow copyrighted or trademarked and protected, all because of what? Like I said, the court and everybody beating around the bush is just not reasonable because if you do this search, oh wow, they changed it. Huh. That is interesting as heck. Oh, I said victims. Maybe it's just victim. Let's see if it still doesn't find it. Wife. Oh, they did. They did change it. Wow. They changed that. That is interesting. Of course, with AI and multitudes of data, you just let's even let's see how far they took this. Let's do one of these little guys. Lane Myers victim name. Wow, they closed in Google, huh? That's interesting. I made the point that it's there, and somehow they have gotten that removed, huh? That is so interesting. They did put in a paywall, but as usual with AI, you just have to prompt it and and argue with it. What a control mechanism the thought machine has. So there we go. Shannon Walker. Let's see. Where does she work? James E. Rogers College of Law, wherever that is. Apparently, it has a link. Oh, there we go. It links to this. So we got a full circle now. Anyways, so that cat is out of the bag forever because you can't delete anything on the internet. Let's see. We are at 107, so we must have played this one. Now we're going on to 137. Let's see what else they have to say about Mr. Resnick.
Just whispering in Mr. Resnick's ear, so we have to wait a little while. So does he tell people to call her? He's expecting Mr. Walker to answer, well, no. Except he answers, yes, he does.
Well, yeah, because he's under oath. And that is a definitive fact. And he basically says yes because he talked about an astronaut with the same name. So people are supposed to put this together, but if they can put it together, then they already know. So the bond condition is literally an element of reasonably expected to drive basically the internet to this woman. And I mean, the same thing could be said of Matt Walker for filing a Supreme Court petition. Is reasonably likely to bring forward the case they cited and all the facts and cause an investigation and for people to find out what her name is. And if you go to the courthouse or you buy the records, her name is readily available. Not only on the permanent injunction order, but everything else. Anything that mentions her. And by law, they can't just put down victim. They have to name the victim. Law requires precision. And so this absurdity of running around in circles is just nonsense. And she's beating up Mr. Resnick for being patient with Mr. Myers and entertaining his need to speak immediately so that it's the least amount of disruption in the court possible. I cannot express more deeply held convictions for this man in doing that. He is doing the court a favor in moving the case forward. And I think the judge recognizes and respects what I'm saying. That this lawyer brings honor to that courtroom, unlike most lawyers, I would think. I mean, he is going through these videos, and they are absurd. Him dancing around in a tutu or whatever, and smoking weed, and then broadcasting a hearing from New Mexico, and just screaming at the judge there, and I think it was a 13 or 19 8-hour, it doesn't even matter. Past a couple hours, a live stream is ridiculous. But I mean, let's say it was a 12-hour live stream. I mean, for Mr. Resnick to even entertain going through that nonsense is just absolutely amazing. Oh, by the way, Mr. Resnick, pay for YouTube Premium so that you get this AI function, and this could save you a lot of time in processing these videos that are still online on YouTube. You just click this little ask button here, and you ask it questions like I have, and it even provides quotes, since that's what I requested, and it's an AI machine.
To Mr. Myers didn't like that answer. I don't think he remembers himself doing that.
He didn't. And if he did, they would have a video of it point blank. And so what they want to do is just say that anybody that mentions the name Shannon Walker and Lane Myers now is in contempt of the law or the courts, or this thing that has to do with Lane Myers. And like I said, I mean, they act like these people are coming out the woodwork. It's not that. It's just YouTube and social media banter. I mean, I used to always proclaim what a great tool the internet was. And in my late years, I have come to realize that putting 7 billion people in the same chat room is exactly as dumb as it sounds. You're never going to get any consensus there. You're going to get nothing but vicious fighting while people purport what they believe and attack other people, which is exactly what is going on here. Exactly what our Really Cool News represents exactly. I mean, they're so serious, they have dog avatars, for their speaking. Like, and then she's got her actual face. I mean, that's how ridiculous this is.
So, if you live stream that much, you are going to forget what you have said at some points.
So again, I don't know. it doesn't really matter. This woman is not objective. I mean, this whole group is not objective. They went into this with preconceived notions. They went into this even before all this happened. They organized to file complaints with the probation officer to instigate this kind of stuff. And I mean, if you really want to know the truth, there's a filing where Mr. Walker basically petitioned the Tucson City Court, limited jurisdiction, to move the matter to Pima County Superior so that he could have Lane Myers evaluated for mental health competency. And since then, he has worked with the Association of Pima Attorneys, or what is it, APACs. Yeah, there we go. So he has worked with this agency to file petitions to the Supreme Court of Arizona. So all you gotta do is go here, and albeit this is a slow website, and my apologies for such, but this is R250031. So you do a search for this, or you just peruse the forum and wait for this thing to load. I think it's run on an old Pentium Classic for a server, and they probably haven't updated it for quite a while. So here you have the original petition, and it is, I'll show you, it is filed by Mr. Walker, and I think in bad form. So here you go, Matthew A. Walker, Principal Assistant Attorney, Prosecuting City Attorney, and then here's his petition here. And right here, see, it says, Lane Myers wins 2 cases in a day, access January 10th, 2025. And this is, I believe, a petition to change the rules, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, you can read it. And so this was superseded by a different petition by the task force, the Supreme Court task force. I hit the wrong button. Oh, missed it. So this is R26-0003, and this is the superseding petition by the task force. Of course, when it loads here. Oh boy. Yep, so this here is a good petition, and you can see that Matthew Walker interfaces with this Arizona Prosecuting Attorneys Advisory Council, right? And this is some sort of quasi-governmental agency. Let's see. Anyways, they do public records, and I'm not exactly sure why. So here you have John R. Lopez, the fourth, chair of the task force on rules of the Supreme Court of Arizona. And you'll see that this is an honorable, and I believe that's why they superseded it. They removed all the controversy from this particular rule, even though they do reference the previous rule, and then they try to supersede it. And it talks about when the rules were passed. in some of the modified elements, and yeah, so they are basically trying to replace this and make it more generic. And let's see, here are well, this is a little bit more than I wanted to go through on this video, but like for example, if I reference Myers, it's not in here. If I reference any of the cases, they're not in here because they didn't want to. They didn't want to mention that. They didn't want to corrupt the standing of this petition with that, and they apparently didn't have to, because if you scroll down here, you get the APAC. I guess there's no S at the end. You get their petition, and in their petition, you can clearly see that they reference Mr. Myers' case as strength or elements of why this petition is necessary. And so it's not really collusion, but they're definitely all on the same team. And their close relationship and working relationship is troublesome, to say the least. It's just, it's bad pool. Let's see, we're at 137, so that would mean this one's going to jump to 205.
He stops after every question to confer with Lane. So,
and this is brilliant. This keeps the case going on, and keeps order in the court. It gives Mr. Myers an opportunity to be heard, and an opportunity to take all those thoughts in his head and make sure that the lawyer is covering all this stuff. I've never seen a lawyer so patient with his client in my life. This group is attacking Mr. Resnick, and it is far from called for.
Lane seems to definitely be, I mean, he can't say that he was unable to help out in his own defense, because it looked to me like he was very close to running it himself. He was.
Oh my God, no. This is what I have a problem with this woman's reporting, if you want to call it reporting. Her opinion sucks. He is entertaining Lane Myers so that he doesn't explode in the courtroom, which I believe on the second day, Mr. Myers got more and more animated. And so this even had diminishing returns. But Mr. Resnick did an excellent, above par effort and professional outcome in controlling his client and maintaining order.
Mr. Resnick said, well, Lane's not a lawyer, but he's pretty damn close. And to which he responded, I'm way closer than Rachel. Yeah, because she's an actual attorney. She goes, sure, okay.
I like how that is basically just a call to authority. Like, I got a driver's license and you don't, so I definitely can drive better than you. Meanwhile, the one person might have been driving on a farm since 14, and the person who has the driver's license might have just got it yesterday. You know, titles don't dictate competency. So, whatever. I don't know why that's in there, but I guess AI, huh?
sending it to Mark Resnick as ongoing discovery, saying, your boy's still talking. Here's new stuff we just discovered.
Well, and that's not necessarily fair. I mean, the general rules of criminal procedure don't allow for surprise attacks on the defendant and his attorney. So, I mean, they've already filed motions to amend. I mean, they could just have a series after a series of violation hearings instead of trying to wrap everything all up into one violation hearing and then giving him discovery on the hearing the day before the hearing. It seems more equitable to me.
So, and Mark did say, I'm sorry if excuse me, Mark Resnick. Sorry if I acted rashly, but it was like 39 videos.
Yeah. Whatever. Uh, and so let's see if this video find sections or time index where Judy reports Lane Myers getting out of control and provide quotes. And that's how you use AI, my friends. Detailed commands with precision. Acting like a child. Okay. Okay.
Another screenshot of the video description. This is where Mr. Myers starts acting out a little bit. He is turning his chair. He's, leaning way back and just staring at the ceiling.
And what brings him back into control? Mr. Resnick. His demeanor and attitude and approach to the situation, his interplay or mediation between the court, the rules, the procedure, and the structure of the hearing, and what Mr. Myers wants to do is a class act.
Sir,
Act.
please don't act like a 5-year-old, please.
Let's see.
This is when Mr. Myers starts getting agitated, but I'm pretty sure it was Mr. Resnick was able to calm him down quickly. So.
Oh my God! Did he get any credit here? I think he just got a glimmer of credit for controlling his client.
The victim's name lies.
The victim's name lies. Okay. Let's see. DuckDuckGo.com. Let's see. Duck AI. Who is Lane Myers' Tucson victim name? Let's see if DuckDuckGo has it. By clicking continue, I agreed to something or another. I guess I did. I do. I couldn't find. Well, that's interesting. Search YouTube videos. Lane Myers. Oh, interesting. Really cool site. Oh, well, I guarantee you this doesn't have on it. Oh, are these the bond conditions? Oh no, this is the response. So the bond conditions are here. Do not contact the victim or her family. And nothing on YouTube is a contact to that person. Do not go to the victim's home. Posting on YouTube is not going to their home. Do not go to the victim's place of employment, meaning the building where she works or where she parks her car. That is nothing to do with YouTube. Do not encourage others to contact the victim. Go to her house or place of employment. So that is a specific intent restriction. So you have to show intent to encourage others to contact the victim. So according to Really Cool News, because I'm following this story, and I just so happen to know the names of people now because I've been following it so long, I can just say it off the top of my head. You know, Matt Walker, the petitioner of the Supreme Court Rules Forum, is married to Shannon Walker, and she is Lane Myers' victim. That is unfortunate because as everyone to deal with the internet and the social media realizes at this point in 2026, if you're on the short end of the stick of the influencer crowd, then you get hell. And that's really what happened there. And that is everything now. In fact, just for a little reference, I mean, you gotta check this out. You have Bricks and Minnie. Yeah, if you haven't seen this story yet, this thing is blowing up on the internet and has been 4 months. And it is the craziest story ever. Well, maybe not ever, but ever in Legoland for sure. Anyways, where were we? Do not encourage others to contact the victim. So, what they're saying is that when Lane Myers started talking about people that have the same name as Shannon Walker, that was encouragement. How? That everyone is going to make that leap. Everyone. And so, yeah. Do not engage in activities that would reasonably expected to cause others to harass or contact the victim or her family. So, again, I mean, that's a far leap in my opinion that because he's talking about an athlete and an astronaut with the same name that is going to lead the contact because and they really in their filings they talk about how just talking about the case does just that. But then Matt Walker can, in his petition to the Supreme Court of Arizona, which if they grant that petition, will then make all of that petition permanent record on how it was formulated. I mean, in law, you're almost estoppeled from doing that, except for Matt Walker isn't the actor, the prosecutor is. And then there's unclean hands and some other stuff. It's just not ethical to do that. I mean, you brought it back up. That's how I found out about it. I had my own case of corruption with Tucson City, and that led me to this case and then my research into it and familiarity with court records and the case files and all the videos, including, let's see, we have this is a public service. We have, I'm just going to stop there because there are so many. Well, here we go. Reluctant prophet, right? So they're starting to make it out like one side is the cult group, but whatever. So allow probation full access to your YouTube channel and other. determine whether you're abiding by the conditions. Well, if probation had full access to his YouTube channel, then they could have deleted any videos they found questionable. So, do not associate or communicate directly or indirectly with Joshua Gray. And I mean, his attorney did this on his behalf. So, I mean, if they find him guilty of that, I don't know. Mark Kelly, the reluctant prophet. Do not post information about the victim, her husband, or her minor children on YouTube or other social media. And he, as far as I know, he never did anything about the children. The victim was I've actually seen this motion in order, and it does have her name. So it says the victim here, like we're retaining something, but if you go to the courthouse and read that file, it has her name. Law and argument, defendant's motion, blah, 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 condition. I'm not going to read none of this, but it's interesting. But so there's the analysis of if he broke the bond conditions. Or parole or probation. Sorry, I keep calling them bond conditions. They kind of are like bond conditions. I mean, he was guaranteed to get a violation on this one. So they did give him credit there, and credit is as well deserved. Let's finish this up.
Mr. Walker, to which Lane shakes his head in disbelief. The Lane Meyer challenge. Was modding on MC Tunes' channel, McToon. All right, so he keeps talking about safety. Mr. Walker does. And on July...
Yeah, because where is the safety aspect of this? I mean, let's see. What was that case? What was the case that allowed restrictions of picketing private residences? Yeah, there we go. Frisbee versus Schultz. Okay. This was upheld. And what it said was you could still picket a person's neighborhood. This is the exact limitation of what the Supreme Court found. You cannot siege a person's house, but you can distribute information to a prospective interested party's neighborhood. It says it right here. This is Frisbee versus Schultz. And that was decided in 1988. And that is the exact thing that Walker is saying, that, you know, he threatened to go to my neighborhood and my neighbors. Well, right here it says it's protected. So that is ridiculous on its face. And I mean, if you do a Google for Bill Gates Epstein, I don't even care if I'm spelling that right, Google can fix that shit. I bet you I find something in here about interviews with Melinda Gates. Well, I know if I add Melinda. Boom! There we go. We have people questioning the wife of billionaire Bill Gates because of a scandal, which is exactly what Myers did. So we have that. Of course, Really Cool News is going to explain it differently, as always.
7th, he starts streaming about wanting to go to the law library at the U of A. So what do you think, chat? Should I go? Should I go? Okay, I'm going to go. The next day he was taken into custody because that is when they're like, last time he tried to do that, he was also looking for the victim's office. This is escalating quick. So
that's a hell of a way to characterize it. I mean, he has a probation condition that he can't go to a certain building. And he's not allowed to know which building, I guess. And him trying to figure out what building is then a violation of the probation conditions. So understanding is a violation. At least how Really Cool News would try to explain it.
Probation didn't have the capacity to help, to go through it all, so they were trying to help out. Did you ever direct me on what charges to file? Never, is the response from...
Oh yeah, and that was completely believable, because they definitely never spoke.
Still under cross. Mr. Myers, hey, they took my pencil.
Yeah, well, his pencil did end up missing, and he has to somehow address that because he's supposed to have one, which is why the officer immediately provided him with a writing utensil.
Oh, okay, Lane. Inside voice. Inside voice.
I don't remember him as being out of control while he said that. I mean, he was irritated and he was moderately vocal, but inside voice, I mean, later on when they play these videos that Lane Meyer made that are absolutely ridiculous, they crank that up. So, like, you definitely could hear absolutely everything in that video because the courthouse has a slamming, banging sound system. Like, I would love to find some, like, music player and just go in there when everybody's gone and just rock the hell out of that room because it had great acoustics. If only the music was better than the Lane Meyer show or whatever the hell it's called.
They get back into it. Apparently...
Oh my god. Anyways, I so don't care what these people think. The bottom line is Mr. Resnick is a professional. They admitted that he controls Mr. Myers very well, which is an art in of itself. And they admit that he does a good job at entertaining everything that Mr. Myers has to say during the hearing. And yet they... we'll go back to it.
Nick, if you're out there, you're a fucking moron. That's all.
Yeah, fucking moron, right? That's all. Right? So he's a professional, he's an accomplished lawyer, he has his own law firm, but he is a fucking moron. Why? Because the big puppy with the cape says so, man. This is Mr. Resnick's website. I encourage you to go to markresnicklaw.com if you're in need of any type legal services. There's his phone number down here, 520 903-9938. You can email him at resnicklawfirm@gmail.com. I guess now I am guilty of harassment of Mr. Mark Resnick by promoting free. This is my own choice in a broadcast. Mr. Mark Resnick doesn't even know I'm making this broadcast. So I did it without consultation. It's not a paid advertisement. This is just my opinion of this man and his representation abilities, and my personal opinion and sponsorship of Mr. Mark Resnick and his abilities to absolutely represent anybody who could need legal services in Pima County, Tucson, Arizona, for drug offenses, DUI, DWI. I love the fact I think this is AI. So the fact that he's using AI. You go, Mr. Resnick. Theft and property crimes, white collar crimes, complex financial allegations, homicide, prostitution, violent crimes, and firearms and explosives. Hopefully, y'all are not using explosives for anything. Let's see. We went over services. Let's go over about. Oh no, that's where we started. So, he graduated from the University of Arizona in 1994. He went to California Western Law. He earned his Juris Doctor in 1998. That is the degree that allows you to take the bar. After completing his studies, he returned to Arizona and began his legal career in the city public defender's office, which he apparently still has that spirit today. So let's see, that's more than 20 years, 28 years of dedication to public service. In 1998, took the bold step of establishing his own firm, and specializing in criminal defense. He should probably put down there that he has experience dealing with difficult clients. Let's see, what else? That has to be AI, right? I don't know. I don't know that for certain. We have our services reviewed again. It has some reviews, which I have no doubt are exceedingly good. Like an additional tab here. Nope, just another little one. And then we have the contact information, which has basically already been provided. So again, this video was made under the fair use of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. All content not owned by the broadcaster is used under the fair use, and before any DMCA takedown or other complaint can be made, fair use must be analyzed. I only played specific segments of this video as provided by the artificial intelligence search engine and assistant as part of the Google YouTube Ask point of view, and played no other sections there too of this video, which let's see, Google makes this really difficult anymore, but there used to be I might have to close this. No. There used to be a section on here about basically the license. Stuff to keep us from being content ID, I don't know, transcript, video detail, about, apply for Discord. What the hell? Oh joy, they do have a Discord server. Okay, I was looking for a license though. Oh no, blah blah blah. Venmo. Do not Venmo this dude. Do not Venmo the trolls of the internet. In 2 days, with 25,000 subscribers, he's got 922 views. I don't see the license anymore. I know it makes you select one when you upload it, but or even go live stream, but I don't see that. Download, where the hell would that go? Oh, it must just be like downloaded to the computer through controlled memory access. Settings, the annotations, quality. I don't see it. So there's no indication of the license. Mine, of course, is licensed on the public commons. You can do whatever you want with my video. I could care less, honestly. And again, this is the AI generated photo I had to represent Mr. Mark Resnick. I think it did a good job of showing the message that I wanted to portray, and giving Mr. Resnick a lot of dignity in his image. And that actually looks a lot like what he is. I used an older photo and had AI age it a little bit, and it did remarkably well. He has the correct number of fingers, I will note. And this is a very good professional photo. And apparently this is his client, Lane Myers. Actually, I don't know that, but it does kind of look like Lane. Lane has a skinnier face that you can kind of tell. And his hair is a little bit different and shorter and has some bald spots. But it is remarkable how far AI has come in the last 3 years on image generation. And